would like to invite you for a ride with me today. Yes, I know it's only virtual, but I think we'll have fun. So grab your favorite dual sport or an off-road bike and join me on my typical ride in picturesque Laurentian mountains of Canada. We'll visit a few of my favorite spots, jump logs, get stuck in mud, attempt to climb a mountain, fall, moto hike through beautiful forest path, rest by a quiet forest lake, and overall just have an amazing time. You'll see how and where I ride, and by the end of it, you'll know why Yamaha XT250 is the best bike for this, and why I love it so much. You'll see that any road, anytime, anywhere is not just a square helmet tagline, it's how I ride. The best way to fully appreciate this is to ride those roads yourself. The next best way is to join me on this virtual ride. Let's go. We'll start with a quick low-speed exercise to get our body ready for the adventure. And here it comes. I simply love being here. This is a steep climb. Camera doesn't show how steep it is, but this is very steep. Some dirt, some more dirt. And again. When I see this later in the video, this always looks like nothing. But trust me guys, even this nothing is not easy. And I would struggle with this last year when I started riding. And when you actually see something big in the video, know that it's much bigger than the camera can show. There is a side footpath here and it goes to the top of the mountain. I walked a few times, but I never rode all the way to the top. I came close one time, but I had to turn back as it was too dangerous and I was riding alone, as I always do. Let's see if I can do it this time. It was very tight between the two boulders and there was a half-rotten slippery log there. So I slipped and I fell. Yamaha pressed my foot against the boulder and it was trapped there. Several thoughts came to my mind in the few seconds after the fall. First, I was so glad that I was wearing strong off-road boots. They probably saved my foot here. And I was so happy that Yamaha XT250 is only 292 pounds. A heavy bike would probably manage to hurt my foot even in the heavy off-road boots. And the final thought is, this wasn't a difficult part, but I fell. So always stay alert even when going through easy trails. It's okay, so I just slipped. It's not even that bad, but it's a little bit narrow between the two rocks. And I was going around and there is a half-rotten log. So my wheel slipped on the side and I hit the rock. Not much damage. I'm wearing the boots, so I pressed my foot against the rock, but not that much pain. So I don't think something happened. And so this one shifted. I just fixed it. And I'm ready to go. I think Yamaha should be okay. I'm going to check if I bended the clutch lever and see if I can continue up. It's becoming really steep right now, so I don't know how far I can go, but I'll try. When I was lifting the bike, I again thought of its weight. Yes, you may be strong and can lift a heavy bike, but can you still lift it lying on your back with your foot trapped against a boulder on a steep incline? Don't pick a heavy bike that would require your full strength. Leave some room, especially if you ride alone. I can lift an array, but no way I would lift it in this situation. Yamaha XT250? No problem. So I keep climbing up. Again, this is a foot trail and it's very steep. This is the section where I turned back the last time. This extra steep drop on the left side is scary, but this time I could actually climb here much easier. You can see that I'm actually sleeping right now. My right foot is standing on the ground, but left one is just hanging in the air. Again, the camera doesn't capture all of it, but the left side is very steep. And this is where I stopped and kind of started to think, There is a time to be brave, and there is a time to be smart. So I was riding alone. The slope on the left side was too steep. If I fall, even my boots would not help me much. So I decided to be smart and turn back. This is probably the place and the situation where I have to think about safety first. I'm riding alone, I'm here by myself, and it's just getting too steep. And if you can look at this, it's not just steep that way, it's also pretty big slope over there. So if I get in trouble in here, I don't know, I'm like 70% that I can make it and 30% that I cannot. And I think if I would have a riding buddy right now, or anybody else with me, I would do this. But just by myself, I feel like it's not worth it. Too steep of a climb, too big of a drop. If I lose balance somewhere, it's gonna be pretty bad. So I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna go try another place. But anyway, I went quite far here. So even going back right now, I have to go down there without any trails. So it's not easy, but I don't wanna. I think I'd better be smart now and back off. So let's keep going. Even climbing down this mountain was a little bit scary. The camera doesn't show all of it, but if you look carefully, you will see how steep this is. The bike is almost sliding down. My right foot is touching the ground, but my left foot doesn't. This is another section that doesn't look that bad on the camera, but this is really bad. This is a major challenge. I don't think I would be able to do it last year when I just started to ride, but this year I could handle it. There were a few logs that were very wet and I had to go over them. And this one is very deep dirt. I got almost half of my wheel got stuck there, and you see I'm sliding left and right because it's not a straight road, and it's so wet and it's so slippery, and the mud is very deep, and it just continues. And again, just look at Yamaha. It goes sideways. I'm going sideways. Yeah, it's getting really deep in some muddy places, and here it's all mud. The bike is back on track, so I'm ready to continue. The track is very muddy, very dirty, and I'm still riding on the stock tires, and after one season they're not in the best shape. So I'm really struggling going up here, but I eventually made it. I made it through. Guys, I think some of you who watched my previous video about double bleeping and falling. So this is the damn log that I fell. Well, let's see if I can get over it this time. this log is much bigger, so I decided not to jump it. It was a little bit too dangerous. But even going around, it wasn't easy at all. On the left side I couldn't pass it, and on the right side here it was such a mess with the branches and the tree stumps.
Oh my god.
And even here the road is not straight, the ground is not straight, it's sloped, so it's really hard to navigate here.
Oh, that's hot.
Thinking about this slightly heavier bike, and I would probably not be able to make it here.
Whoa.
This spot is pretty bad. I remember last year I couldn't pass it easily. But this time I could actually go through it on the first attempt without even stopping, so I'm definitely getting better. And after getting through most of it, through the hardest part, it was time for me to take a little bit of a break and get some water.
Wasn't easy. Wow. Too wet, too steep, too many rocks.
Some beautiful, easy forest road, and then I come to the place that I really like. It's some kind of big excavation site in the forest. And what I like about this one is there is usually nobody. There is some sand to play around with. And again, some of you guys who watched some of my previous videos, you remember this place where I couldn't really go up. But this time I managed to do it without any problems. It wasn't easy again, it's a very steep climb with massive rocks. Yeah, especially here, I'm really struggling, as you can see, but I made it. And after that, here is just a forest road, single track, narrow, but it's manageable. It's not that difficult. It's actually pretty pleasant. The birds are singing. It's really nice weather. I like this trail.
So I just wanted to show some of the obstacles that I would struggle on heavier bike or bike that a little bit lower, has lower clearance. But Yamaha XT250, no problem. I can even drag it sideways if needed. Right guys, so I'm gonna make one more stop, take one more rest, and just wanted to show you this lake. It's really nice. I don't know if you can see me. Nice. Beautiful. Deep in the forest there's this lake. Well, I'm gonna make another video on this, but just a quick thought. Again, when I'm riding, I'm thinking about this. If you're just starting to ride off-road, start small. Like, pick the smallest possible bike. Big bike can be intimidating. I rode off-road for the first time on Honda CRF 250L. And it's a light dual sport bike, and I was scared. I wasn't having fun. It was shaking, it was too tall, it felt too heavy. And after maybe 30 meters, maybe 100 meters, I turned back and I said, wow, off-road is not for me. It's just, I wasn't enjoying it. And then, as you know, I went to Japan, I tried this Honda CRF, Honda Trail 125, and I started to have a kind of understanding about what needs to happen to have fun off-road, how to balance the bike. It felt more like a bicycle. And after that, obviously, I could handle Yamaha, and became better and better at these. So the trail that I took to come here last year, there's no way I would be able to handle it, but this time it was no problem. And obviously Honda CRF 300L, 250L, bigger bikes, off-road are not a problem right now. I can do it much better. And maybe if I continue improving, maybe in a year or two I can buy a 10RA. Maybe at that time I'd say, you know what, also go to gym a little bit, build up some muscles, and saying that's it, now I can handle it. Right now I'm not there yet, but 90% of the roads where I go on Yamaha XT, I can already go by 10RA. I already can do it. So anyway, if you're just starting off-road, start small as possible, and don't buy anything new. I got new XT250 and I maybe regret it. Maybe for the first year, first season, just buy something that's already scratched, that's already beaten down. But anyway, I wanted a new bike, so I got it. Get a small bike, get a used bike, learn how to ride off-road one season, and then get whatever you want. Anyway, I'll post another video on this. Just wanted to mention since it came to my head, and my rest is over. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get out of the forest now. I don't know, guys, if you're gonna see my hand, but I'm just experimenting. I'm seeing I'm trying to see if this kind of video is gonna look nice or not, if it's gonna add to my videos. Plus I really want to see make you feel like you're riding with me, because just having camera in my hand, I feel like my subscribers, how many hundreds, 300 subscribers, you guys are with me. This feels so good. I feel like I'm not alone.
And just like this, I'm seamlessly transitioning from very hard technical terrain, trails, to the highway speeds, to the paved roads. And it always amazes me how easily Yamaha blends the ability to go on hard trails with the ability to go next to the cars, on the highway, on the paved roads. And I immediately catch up with the car ahead of me, and I'm easily cruising at this speed. It's with the windshield that's pretty comfortable. Yamaha 250cc going on at highway speeds about 110 kilometers an hour right now. I don't feel any vibration. It just goes, it just flies. And that's what amazes me. It's the motorcycle that truly can take you anywhere, any road, anytime, anywhere, and that's what I love about this. Anyway, right now I'm on the way home. I hope you guys enjoyed this virtual ride with me, and post in the comments what you think about this type of riding. Is it hard? Is it easy? Is it something that you do or plan to do, would like to do? Or if you have any other questions about anything, I will be happy to answer those questions. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today for this ride. I really felt like I wasn't alone. See you guys in the next video.